Excellent. We're going to work on 6.7 today. We're going to be using the partial quotients algorithm to solve for division problems. What is a quotient? Someone tell me. Raise your hand. Yes. Answer to a division problem. So we've been working in our division today. What about this partial? Tell me a little bit about partial quotients. Yes. Yep, we're breaking it up into parts. It connects to partial products, which we really like. Okay, and the reason several of you are going to be upset at me, I'm not going to ask you or allow you to do the U.S. traditional way, which is the way that your parents have probably taught you at home. That's something for 5th grade that you'll be using often. Okay, the reason we're doing it this way is all because of we're understanding what this has to do with place value. Okay. And we've said it in every unit this year, place value is maybe the most important idea of the year, okay? Fractions and place value. With US traditional, you would set your problem up like this, okay? Today, and I need your eyes, I see some droopy eyes, I know we're tired. Today, you're gonna have a little drop down like this, okay? And the reason is because when you start to pull apart these numbers, you're going to show these pull apart. So last week we did it a little bit like this, right? We found a benchmark number. So like we would do 4 times 25 is 100, right? I know several of you did it this way, which I like. 4 times 25 is 100. And then what was left over, we had to do 112 minus 100. And we ended up with 12, right? So we had to find 4 times what number is 12, right? 4 times what number is 12? We found out 4 times 3 is 12. That way we had our 25 and our 3. We added those together and we came up with 28 as the answer. Everybody okay? That was partial quotients. Everybody okay with that? That's what we used last week. And essentially what we're doing, we're taking that 112 and we're decomposing it, right? We've used this word decompose several times into different numbers. So breaking it apart, we can do 100 divided by 100 divided by 4, okay, is 25. And then 12 divided by 4 is 3, okay? That's essentially what we've done here. And then because we decomposed it here, we're going to recompose those two numbers like we did here, and that's how we find out that the answer is 28. Okay? Yes, sir?
I remember in the math packet, like, it was like a very big number. It was like 1230 divided by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did 30 divided by 5, and then like we should use 6. So I put 6 at the end, and then I kept doing it until I finished it.
You were decomposing the number into partial quotient, right? Nice work that you've done that. Okay, so it's going to look like that, but a little different. We're just going to set it up different. Okay, so the idea is here's how I look at it. I'm looking at a benchmark number. What number times 4 could we multiply it by 10? 4 times 10, and we come up with 40, right? I want a higher number. How about 4 times 20? Can we do 4 times 20? What would 4 times 20 come up with? Yes.
80.
Yes. So how about, since just a benchmark number in my head, I can do 4 times 20 is 80, right? Everybody feel good about that? You could use tens, and that would be just fine. But I want to check to see if I can make it easier for myself. So that's why I went to 20. So 4 times 20 is 80, which means what we've done here is 80 divided by 4 equals 20. Exactly. And that's our quotient on the outside here. Okay. So we do 112 minus 80. There's 2. 11 minus 8 is 3. Okay. Now in my mind, because I have my multiplication facts in my head quickly, I can do 4 times 8. Right? What's 4 times 8? It's 32, right? So what I essentially am doing here is 32 divided by 4 is 8. So my quotient for that is 8. So in this case, I've broken that 112 into 80 and 32 instead. So it's a little bit different, okay? Just based on the benchmark number that I wanted to use, okay? And then the reason why we go all the way down, we want to make sure there's no remainder in this case. So for us, once again, we got to 28 as the answer. Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down. How do you feel about that? Still a little bit of shaky here. Let me go back to, let me just connect this one to what we did here, right? I know 4 times 25 is 100, right? So 4 times 25, and really that's what I've done here. And we feel okay about this, right? Okay, and subtract it out. And now I know 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract it out, again, no remainder. Once again, I have 25 plus 3 is 28. Was that any more helpful? Since we know this algorithm, did this connect it a little more by doing this? It's just that we're writing it differently than this. It's going to ask you to use a partition rectangle. The workbook's going to ask you to use a partition rectangle today. That's what this is. But for the most part, I'd like to see this. Okay. And really, when you're doing the U.S. traditional that your parents have taught you, it's similar. It's just that you're not using that sense of place value the way it could be. You're using some shortcuts. So that's why we're doing it this way.